Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing fine. So today the first lesson in the second term, it's called integers. So first we need to know what does mean integers, okay? So integers, it is another types of the numbers. For example, we studied the whole number. The whole numbers are from start to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 till to infinity, okay? So these is called the whole numbers. So integers, it's another types of the numbers. It's what is called integers. This is the definition of the integers. For example, look at this number line. Look at this one, this number line. Okay? The positive numbers and the negative numbers are called integers. So look at this one. On the right hand side, what we have, the positive numbers start from 1, 2, 3 until to infinity. Okay? Positive infinity. And on the left hand side, we have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. It's called negative integers, okay? So positive and negative numbers are called integers. For example, how to write it, these numbers, the positive integer. For example, positive 5. We are going to write this positive sign the top of the numbers, okay? Don't write like this. Okay, this one is the operation, the plus in here, but this one, it means positive sign. So we have the opposite number. Each numbers in the positive integers, it has the negative integers. For example, if we have, look at this number line, look at this one. For example, what is the opposite of positive 5? For each number, it has the opposite. For example, the positive 5, the opposite of positive 5 is -5. Okay? And the positive 3, what is the opposite? It is -3. For example, if the question says, what is the opposite of positive 1? The opposite. Okay, it's gonna be -1. So for each number, for positive integer, it has the negative integers, okay? Or we can say for each number, for negative integers, we have the positive integers. It is the same. And we have something, for example, name and integers. This one, name and integers to represent the situation. For example, 30 below 0. Below in here, it means negative, okay? So 30 below 0 means -30. And another example, how to write these situations in integers. For example, this is how to write the situation in integers, okay? Another one, we have the deposit in here. It means the positive in here, okay? It's like that. The question say write the name integer to represent a situation. So we have some keywords. We know this one, it's positive or negative numbers, okay? That's it. And absolute value. This is the definition of the absolute value, okay? The absolute value. What does mean the absolute value? Absolute value of an integer, it is the distance from 0. For example, so the positive 3, we say that the opposite of positive 3 is -3, but the absolute value is not like that. It means the distance from that number till 0. How many units are from 0 in here? Positive 3, how many units away from 0? If the question say, what is the absolute value of positive 3? Okay, positive 3. We know The absolute value means it is the distance. Always the distance cannot be, the answer cannot be the negative, okay? Cannot be the negative. So it means positive 3, how many units are from 0? 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 3. We say that the distance cannot be the negative, okay? Also we can say negative 3. What is the absolute value? We say that the absolute value is the distance from 0, is the distance, for example, is the distance is an integer. Let's say this is the distance from 0, okay? For example, negative 3, how many units are from 0? Let's count it. 1, 2, 3. This is the same, okay? Don't say negative 3. We cannot say negative 3 meters is the distance between 0 till negative 3, okay? As the distance is always is positive. So the absolute value of positive or negative numbers is also it must be, the answer is positive, okay? How to read it? Let's say this one. The absolute value of negative 3 is equal to 3. The absolute value of positive 3 is equal to 3, okay? There is a note in here. If the sign is invisible, we can say like this. For example, 2, is it positive or negative? In here there is no positive or negative numbers. The sign is invisible. If the sign is invisible, this is very important. If the sign is invisible, it means positive, okay? Let's say 1, is it positive or negative numbers? In here is the sign is invisible, we can say it's positive 1, okay? Positive. So let's say 100, it's positive or negative? It's positive, because the sign is invisible, we can say it's positive 100, okay? It's like that. Do not forget this note, it's very important, we need it. So use the number line to find each absolute value. First one, A, the absolute value of negative 4. How to read it is very important. Don't say negative 4. Don't say the opposite of negative 4. It's not like that. We have to say what is the absolute value. These two lines, it means the absolute value. The absolute value, these two lines, okay? So the absolute value of negative 4, it's 4. Because how many units are from 0 is the distance between from negative 4 to 0. How many units? 4 units. What is the absolute value of positive 2? It's 2. What is the absolute value of negative 1? It's 1. Always the answer is positive. It cannot be negative. Okay, this one is not opposite. It is the absolute value. It's like the distance. Okay. So write an integers, look at this question, to represent each situation. So we have the situation how to write an integers like number. 315 meters below sea level. Below means negative, so it's gonna be negative 350. Okay, an increase of 78 points, it means increase it means the numbers is positive. 78 positive. Okay, it's like that. For each situation it has the keywords. We know this, the keywords is positive or negative. And look at this one. Let's say this question says write the opposite integers. For example, what is the opposite of, let's say, what is the opposite? The question 6 says negative 289. The question says opposite, so that's why we're gonna say the opposite of negative 289. The opposite, it is positive 289, right? It's like that. Negative 2 25, the opposite is positive 25. It's like that. Okay, but the question 11 says find the absolute value. The absolute value is not like this one. It's not like taking the opposite of integers, taking the opposite of numbers. It is a distance. We say that the absolute value, these two lines means the distance. It cannot be the negative. So what is the absolute value of negative 2? It is 2. The absolute value of 15, it's 15. The absolute value of negative 30 is 30. And the absolute value of positive 110, it's 110. The absolute value of negative 110 is 110. Okay, both of them, negative or positive, the answer, the absolute value always is must be the positive. That's all. Let's reviewing quickly what we study. Integers is positive and negative numbers, and positive and negative numbers we study. Look at this number lines, this one, positive and negative numbers, and we say that each number it has the opposite. For example, each integer has the opposite. Positive 5, we say that it has the negative 5. And how to write the name of integer represent the situation? There's a keyword in the situation. We know it's positive or negative. Let's say below means negative, and the absolute value, it is the distance for how many units from 0 is the distance. Let's say the distance between, let's say, two numbers cannot be, let's say, negative, the answer. Okay, it's like that. So this is about integers. Thank you so much.